Welcome! Let's dive into today's summary in a storytelling style. Day 1. The breakthrough moment. Alex sat at his desk, staring at his computer screen, hands frozen above the keyboard. He'd just received another rejection letter for his latest project proposal, the third one that week. He felt his chest tighten, frustration bubbling up from deep within. It wasn't the first time. This cycle had become a familiar one: try, fail, get discouraged, try again, and fail harder. As he ran his fingers through his hair, the words, "You're not good enough," echoed in his mind. His internal voice was louder than ever. He thought of all the others who had it easier, the ones who seemed naturally gifted at what they did, effortlessly succeeding where he stumbled. Maybe he just wasn't cut out for this. Maybe he wasn't talented enough. But then, something shifted. He read the email again. The same sentence stood out. "We think you have potential, but we need more proof of consistency." Potential. It wasn't the rejection he had fixated on. It was the idea of potential. What if the problem wasn't his talent? What if it was his mindset? What if success had nothing to do with being naturally gifted and everything to do with his willingness to grow? Alex was about to embark on a 30-day journey that would transform the way he saw himself and his abilities forever. This transformation wasn't going to happen because he was special. It would happen because he was about to learn something revolutionary from Carol Dweck's mindset, the new psychology of success. He was going to break free from the fixed mindset and discover the power of the growth mindset. Day 2 to 4. Breaking the illusion of talent. Alex spent the next few days thinking about what he had just uncovered. He started to question everything he'd believed up until now. For years, he had blamed his failures on his lack of innate talent. He had always believed that talent was the ultimate determinant of success. Some people just had it, and others didn't. Simple as that. But what if talent wasn't the key? What if it was all about effort? This was the foundational idea that Carol Dweck emphasized in her book. There are two types of mindsets: the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. In the fixed mindset, people believe that abilities are innate and cannot be changed. You're either born with talent or you're not. On the other hand, the growth mindset teaches that abilities can be developed over time with effort, practice, and persistence. Dweck explains that the fixed mindset can be a major barrier to success. It causes people to shy away from challenges, to avoid making mistakes, and ultimately to give up when things get tough. But the growth mindset flips this idea. It embraces challenges, sees mistakes as opportunities to learn, and encourages persistence even when success doesn't come immediately. Alex started to see how the fixed mindset had held him back. He had avoided challenges, not because he wasn't capable, but because he was afraid of proving that he wasn't good enough. Now he understood that avoiding challenges meant avoiding growth. Day 5 to 7. The power of yet. Alex knew that changing his mindset wasn't going to be easy, but he was committed. He had already made the decision that this was the path he was going to follow. Every day, he actively reminded himself that he wasn't bad at things. He just wasn't good at them yet. The word yet became his mantra. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at this," Alex started saying, "I'm not good at this yet." The simple addition of that word redefined his approach to every task. It gave him permission to fail, knowing that failure wasn't permanent. It was a temporary setback, a stepping stone toward improvement. Dweck explains that this is the power of a growth mindset. It turns "I can't" into "I can't yet." It acknowledges that mastery takes time, effort, and persistence. The more Alex embraced this concept, the more he felt his mindset shift. He wasn't just working toward success anymore. He was embracing the process of learning and improving. As Alex started to apply this new mindset, he found that each setback felt less like a failure and more like a necessary part of his journey. He no longer feared the discomfort of learning something new. Instead, he welcomed it. Day 8 to 14. Embracing effort and struggle. By now, Alex had become more aware of his thoughts and feelings around effort. The idea of effort had always felt like a burden to him in the past. It seemed like a sign of weakness, as if talent and natural skill were supposed to come effortlessly. But now he was beginning to understand that effort wasn't just an afterthought. It was the key to growth. Alex realized that his fear of failure and his reluctance to put in effort had been holding him back all these years. When things didn't come easily, he assumed that meant he wasn't cut out for it. But now he knew better. In a growth mindset, struggle was essential to improvement. Success wasn't about having everything figured out from the start. It was about learning from your mistakes and pushing yourself beyond your limits. Dweck highlights that those with a growth mindset are more likely to persist in the face of challenges. They're willing to put in the effort, even when the path is difficult, because they understand that effort is what leads to mastery. The key, she argues, is not to avoid struggle, but to embrace it. For Alex, this shift in thinking was transformative. Every time he felt challenged, he didn't back down. Instead, he asked himself, what can I learn from this? When his project didn't go as planned, he didn't panic or quit. He dug deeper. He reached out for feedback. He looked for new strategies. Each failure became an opportunity to grow, not a confirmation of his inadequacy. Day 15 to 21. Seeking feedback and growth. By now, Alex was fully immersed in the growth mindset. He had accepted that he wasn't going to be perfect from the start, and he was okay with that. What mattered now was that he was learning, evolving, and growing with every experience. He realized that feedback was an essential part of this process. Alex had never been comfortable with criticism. He feared it would expose his weaknesses, making him feel less competent. But now he saw that feedback wasn't something to be feared. It was a gift. Feedback helped him see where he could improve, what he was doing wrong, and how he could adjust his approach moving forward. Dweck emphasizes the importance of feedback in her research. People with a fixed mindset often shy away from feedback because it challenges their belief that abilities are innate. But those with a growth mindset actively seek feedback, understanding that it's crucial for their development. Alex began asking for feedback from colleagues and mentors. At first, it was uncomfortable, but as he received constructive criticism, he felt his skills improve. Instead of taking it personally, he began to view feedback as a tool for growth. Each piece of advice, whether positive or negative, was valuable. He was learning how to refine his approach and get better every day. Day 22 to 28. The role of persistence and patience. As the days passed, Alex's progress became more evident. He still faced challenges, but his attitude had fundamentally shifted. He wasn't just focusing on the results anymore. He was focused on the process, on growing, learning, and improving. Persistence became his secret weapon. When things didn't go well, he didn't give up. He dug in deeper. He kept practicing, kept learning, and kept pushing through the setbacks. Dweck explains that success isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about sticking with the process, even when the journey feels long. The most successful people in life aren't those who never fail. They are those who keep going despite failure, using each setback as a stepping stone toward success. For Alex, the growth mindset had become a way of life. He no longer feared mistakes or failures. He welcomed them. He embraced the journey of improvement, knowing that with persistence, he would get better no matter how long it took. Day 29 to 30. Reflection and transformation. On the final 2 days of his 30-day journey, Alex took time to reflect. He looked back at his progress, at the challenges he had faced, and at the changes in his thinking. He wasn't perfect, but he had transformed. He had learned to embrace failure, to accept feedback, and to persist in the face of struggle. The 30-day journey wasn't just about gaining new skills. It was about changing the way he saw himself. He was no longer someone who believed that success was reserved for the naturally talented. He had learned that anyone could succeed if they were willing to grow. Carol Dweck's book had taught him that the path to success is not paved with innate talent. It's paved with the willingness to learn, to fail, and to persist. As Alex reflected on his journey, he knew that this was just the beginning. The growth mindset had opened his eyes to a world of possibility, and now he was ready to take on whatever challenges lay ahead. Closing. That's it for today's golden knowledge. Thanks for your valuable time. If you enjoyed this, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps us grow and share more insights with you. And if there's a book you'd love to hear, drop its name in the comments. See you in the next one.